Got it. America. Afternoon, America. We interrupt your regularly scheduled evening commute and your regularly scheduled whatever it is you're doing today to another riveting episode of Offside and Out of Bounds. This is not our regular 1 hour session. This is our on the break session. So we're gonna be quick, which means you got to listen quick. But the crew is all here. The gang's here. Big Rich is in the building. What's up?
Yeah, so today is a significant day, and a lot of people don't know the significance of today. Today is the most important day in American soccer history. I say that.
Now,
Today is, go ahead.
I know we only got America. You know that carries like 10 years. Anything
Say that again.
Tim Howard don't count.
Oh, if today didn't go the way it went for them, it would have been a difficult time. We may not have seen Tim Howard. Let's put it that way, right?
Oh,
Let me
right.
go back into it. 'Cause we only got 10 minutes. Today is November the 19th. November the 19th, 1989. Trinidad and Tobago was on the verge of qualifying for the World Cup. They had one game to play, one game left to play. They were playing against the United States at home in the National Stadium. I was there. I bought a ticket outside the stadium, and I bought it from a scalper. And most likely it was a fake ticket because people who had real tickets at home couldn't get in. That day was chaos. Anyway, the significance of that game was in 1919, the qualifications for 1990 World Cup. USA had not qualified for a World Cup since the 1930s or something like that. And back then, you didn't have qualification, so it was like by invitation. So they were already targeted to host the 1994 World Cup. They were nowhere close to being a soccer nation as they are now, right? They were not known for football. I don't think they had a professional league yet. So it was just, we saw it as America bullying themselves into football. And they had to play against Little Trinidad, 1.2 million people at the time. A highly ranked team. We didn't have FIFA rankings then, but there was this magazine, this football magazine that used to do rankings, and Trinidad and Tobago was rated 10th in the world. There was a combination of club and national teams. And you had a stadium filled of with 50,000 people, all in red, except for one corner of USA supporters. The entire nation, like 99.84% of the population, was backing the team and believing that the team was going to win. And we lost. And it was, I like to tell people, like, and not making fun of the dead, like, or trivializing the situation. Our Trinidad and Tobago's 9/11 should have been the next year. We had a coup attempt, July 27th. People died and stuff like that. But the one thing Trinidadians remember most, dude, is November the 19th, 1989. Dude,
7-1.
huh? Say that again? This is Trinidad and Tobago 7-1. And for those who think like the say it again, what is it?
I said Mil Sechaun.
Milsi. Yes, this is our Milsi. For those who don't remember, it's the equivalent of when Brazil beat Germany. Germany beat Brazil 7-1 in the semifinals in the World Cup in 2014. It's the equivalent of that for us. It was heartbreaking. It was sad. People got angry leaving the stadium, screaming at each other. A guy looked at me for whatever reason, looked at me and said, "It was your fault. It was your fault." Like, what the hell? Just like, wait, what? I don't know where it came from, dude. Like, I saw this girl sitting next to us, cry like a baby. Hold on to this guy who she doesn't know and just was bawling. It was
Now,
bad.
now, now was Brian Williams on this team?
Of course, yes. Brian was on the team. He was one of the
So,
star players on the team.
so he was a defender on this team, and I remember this time well because he lived in Dally's Village where I used to live.
Right. Correct. That was your neighbor. Yeah. And so Latapi was on the team. Dwight York, the current national coach, was 17, 18 years at the time. Like it, it, it was a big deal. Now the thing is, if the USA didn't win that game, it would have severely damaged their credibility as a football nation because
Mm.
they would have been in the World Cup, having hosted a World Cup and not qualified, and the world would have been laughing at them because like, yo, you guys only made it here because you are American, you bully your way into host as a host. So they needed the qualification for any form of credibility. And
It was only
game
one
for
nil, isn't it?
game,
Only one
was
nil.
was only 1-0, was only 1-0. And but I'll say um we had, of course, a dubious controversial penalty shout in the game. I mean, it's one of those. Back then, you'll always have them. But game for game, they played a really impressive game. They played well. They earned that victory. They scored and they defended really well. But
You also
um,
know it has a lot of backstory behind the game and before the game and during the day
yes,
off, a lot of controversy
right.
with that as well.
A lot of controversy. And I can tell you one of the things that they were talking afterward was like, it was possible that if they had won, if Trinidad had even, we needed a draw just to qualify. I don't know if I mentioned that before. If we had qualified because of the superpower nature involved, we probably would have been disqualified because the stadium was unsafe. There were no seats in the
Right.
aisles. I mean, the aisles was full. Like, you're talking about, you can see a stadium now. There's a party in the aisles. That was filled. There were like
Everybody was
50,000 people in a 25,000 seater stadium.
Wow.
Yeah, it was packed. You couldn't move. You couldn't move. So that was a dangerous situation. There was some speculation that if we had lost, if we had won that game, they might have taken that away from us. Who knows? There's controversy about where, I mean, the players drove up from South Trinidad on the day of the game. There were things that probably would have been done differently in hindsight in preparation, if in preparing the guys mentally for the game. But yeah, it didn't happen, man, and we lost big time.
What was what is or was the domino effect of that loss that has set Trinidad back in their
Tremendously,
did it?
tremendously,
Mm-hmm.
because it as we didn't look at it as a opportunity to continue with the trajectory that we were on. So they end up firing the coach. Um, they changed the team. Guys left. I mean, we didn't grow as progressively as America did. Because look,
Mm-hmm.
look where America is from that day. You go back to November 19, 1989. Look at
Yes.
where America is, and look at where we are.
And I'm gonna put
We
a pin on
didn't go consistently with that.
I'm gonna put a pin on that very quickly and just touch it a little bit on what America is. There was something we discussed. We have a minute and a half about America's football program now. Touch on that.
the MLS. Oh, it's
MLS.
switching this the calendar.
Yeah. I mean, the MLS system that they moved to that stage now where, like, now they're going to be on the European timeline, which is a big deal. That's a big deal. But all these things that happen, look at the amount of players they have playing professionally. Look, professionally as in Europe, the league. We don't have a lot of players from Trinidad in the league, so we
Mm-hmm.
we had a little upswing, and we qualified in 2006. It was the 2006 World Cup, so we had some positive things that happened in spurts, but we went polar opposite directions the after that game. So it's something to note, man. But it was a sad day for us, a really sad day.
And
And
we could have had a bunch of you could have had the Trinidad League Soccer in your country. You could have been a league, huh?
The way you said that didn't sound good. Didn't sound good, but I think your
What
intentions were.
America did was the
It
building
is.
of
Hey,
It
we
didn't
have
sound
the
good.
it's gonna be
we have a pro league. It's not the best, but we have something.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe
Might have been
hey,
better.
maybe Barcelona could use that stadium.
Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Barcelona has a stadium again. We are currently going to be playing at our stadium on Saturday. I just thought I should let you know that we are
Don't
back home.
All right.
We are
All right.
back
So,
home.
guys, truth. We have to stay true to our word. We are 10:38 now. We'll talk about Barcelona and the stadium stuff later on. But I just wanted to make sure we identify and acknowledge today and what it means for both the USA and Trinidad, given all the qualifications that we saw last night. So, but we'll pick that up on our next episode next week. But
yes.
after that, guys, we out.
Sac passe
All right.
Haiti World Cup.
Oh,
Later.
wait, did you say sac passe?
I said sac passe.
Yeah, Haiti's in. Oh, Haiti's in. Curaçao win. Jamaica still in the pool to qualify. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, my guys.
Okay.
Later. All
Later.
right, cool.
All right. Later.